morning. Good morning. Happy, Wednesday, everybody? Hopefully, you guys having a good week. Another big day yesterday. We had a bunch of college basketball winners again yesterday. It's been a very, very good stretch of college basketball for the last week or so for us. On the stream yesterday, we talked about Florida. They easily won. We talked about Alabama. I said that was my favorite play. They crushed. Yeah, Sass, thank you. What else did we have? Oh, UConn. We liked them. They covered and won outright. Really, the only thing I was wrong about was Michigan State. I feel like there was another. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not though. Oh, Kansas State. Yeah, we liked Kansas State. They won as well. Covered and won outright. So, yeah, pretty good college basketball night. I've been feeling very good. I've been telling you guys this for a while now. So, we're just gonna keep it rolling. We've got some more college basketball tonight. We've got some PGA to talk about as well. Some other ancillary, just some NFL news we can talk about. But there's a few college basketball games I'm interested in tonight that we're going to talk about. If you guys missed it, I'm doing some videos every single day, NFL free agency predictions. So those are up on the short form, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, whatever you guys view. So go check those out. I'm going to do 3 players a day for the next week or so. So yesterday was the first one. Talked about Max Crosby, sending him to the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I think the Raiders will oblige if he wants to move on. And Ian Rappaport basically reported on Sunday that he wants to play for the Green Bay Packers. So if that's the case, Green Bay is in the market for a pass rusher. Would probably make sense. I think he would fit in fine there. So Max Crosby to Green Bay. I did Kirk Cousins to the Cleveland Browns. I don't think that if the Browns are going to bring in multiple quarterbacks this year, whether it's via the draft and free agency, they're going to bring multiple quarterbacks in. If you think back to the early 2010s, Washington that one year, they drafted RG3 and they also drafted Kirk Cousins in the same draft. I could see the Browns doing something similar to that, taking a quarterback at 2 and also taking a quarterback in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round. I could see this happening because they're just desperate for that position to be answered. I could also see them bringing in a Kirk Cousins or someone along those lines. Jimmy Garoppolo is another name that I think we could float out there. I don't think if the Browns brought one of those guys in, it would deter them from drafting a quarterback at 2. I still think that would be on the board, and I still think they would draft a quarterback regardless, whether it was at 2, 2nd round, 3rd round, even if they sign a free agent. So multiple quarterbacks come in for the Browns this year. I think Kirk Cousins, obviously, he was born and raised in Ohio. He's got ties to Kevin Stefanski from their days in Minnesota. So I think it's kind of just a 1-for-1 fit. I think Kirk Cousins, I don't know what he has left in the tank, but I know if he's healthy, he can operate the Kevin Stefanski offense, which that's been a big issue for the Browns recently because Deshaun Watson didn't fit well in Kevin Stefanski's offense. They brought in Ken Dorsey to try and correct that, and it was just a disaster. So Kirk Cousins to the Browns. And then I did Myles Garrett to the Eagles. We've talked about this on the stream. If the Browns do trade him, he wants to go to a contender. So that kind of whittles you down to Washington, Philly. I think Dallas was on his list, but we're not going to sit here and act like Dallas is on the same level of Philly or even Washington right now, given the playoff run that Washington just went on. But if the Browns do trade him, I feel like they would want to help out Howie Roseman, considering, like I've said, Andrew Berry, the Browns GM, was mentored by Howie Roseman in Philly. He's got a quote from Howie Roseman on his whiteboard in his office. Like, he looks up to him a lot. If he's going to move on from this star player, why would he not send him to his Jedi Master, I guess you would compare it to. So I could see Myles going to Philly. That would be crazy. The league would be terrified if that's the case, because you talk about that young core that they have on defense and you add in Myles Garrett. Wow, that would be crazy. So those were my 3 predictions yesterday. We'll have 3 more coming later tonight on the short form, so go check that out. The Saints, I mean, they hired Kellen Moore, which we knew, but then it sounds like they're gonna get Brandon Staley as DC. I don't know about that, man. Maybe he's fine as DC, but I don't really trust that guy. The Saints have no direction whatsoever. I really wouldn't like if you're a Saints fan, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a Saints fan in the chat here. We got a couple people watching. If you're a Saints fan, let me know. But if I was a Saints fan, after what just happened last year, I wouldn't feel very confident going into this season when I have Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley leading my team. If you look back at the Saints, when they were fully healthy, when they had Derek Carr, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Alvin Kamara all on the field together, they were good. They were averaging 28 points per game. Clint Kubiak was setting the world on fire. And then they started all getting hurt. Their offensive line was in shambles. One of the most injury-riddled teams for the entire season. They lost Olave multiple times. They lost Shaheed. Even Derek Carr got hurt. Like, when they were fully healthy, they were scoring, putting up points. And now Clint Kubiak is gone to Seattle. You have no idea what's going on with the quarterback room. You have no idea what's going to go on with the offense because we have a new coach coming in with Kellen Moore. And I just don't trust Brandon Staley. So if you're a Saints fan, I don't really know how you could be super confident coming into this upcoming season. We'll see what they do in the draft and free agency, but they're one of the teams that just have no direction, in my opinion. Pittsburgh's on that list for me of like once prominent teams that just have no current direction. Pittsburgh and New Orleans come to mind there. What is the Pittsburgh Steelers' direction right now? They've done the same thing for years, ran back this like veteran quarterback. They tried to get Kenny Pickett, that didn't work. They've had Trubisky, Rudolph, Russell Wilson. It's like what are we doing here? They haven't won a playoff game in almost 10 years. They're kind of just like stuck in mediocre team purgatory, I guess, and I feel like the Saints are kind of on that same path currently. Let's talk golf first, and then we'll do college basketball. So the golf this week, Genesis Invitational. Typically, this is at Riviera Country Club. Due to the wildfires in California, it has been moved. So we're going back to Torrey Pines. We played Torrey Pines earlier this season, but when we played it earlier this season, it's when they do the split course. And they play a couple courses. This is going to be exclusively on Torrey Pines South course, which I like. I like that it's all on one course. I like Torrey Pines in general. It's fun to watch on TV. It's pretty hard too. It's not one of these birdie fest courses that we typically play, early on in the season. Yeah, Jim, just NBA DFS smashing, betting smashing. I mean, it's good to be us, Jim. It really is right now. But it's a harder course, which I like. It's long and it's fun to watch. So I'm actually excited for this weekend. Good field, right? A lot of good players playing here. Here's my plan of attack. I'm taking 3 guys outright, and then I'm going to do 1 parlay. So to be good on this course, you have to be pretty long off the tee. You have to be pretty good tee to green is like something I would weight pretty heavily, and you have to be long off the tee. So I'm looking at some guys that have played well here or are trending up. So first and foremost, we're betting Scotty Scheffler. No shocker there. You guys kind of know the deal with that. I'll probably parlay him with something to at least get us to 8 or 9 to 1. Hope that leg hits, and then we have an 8 or 9 to 1 Scotty ticket. So that's probably going to be my plan of attack there. He's looked fine since coming back. Little rough around the greens, but I'm sure that will stabilize, over time. He's only played a few events since coming back from the injury, but he's looked great. He struggled on Sunday last week, but I'm not really, concerned with it. I think he will be fine. And this might be the week that he's fine and he goes and wins. So Scotty in some capacity will be on the card. And then I'm taking Ludwig Aubert, who Sass talked about in chat yesterday. I have no idea if he's healthy coming off this sickness. I mean, he was like really sick. Hopefully he's fine, but he loves this course. He's a great comp player for this course, and he loves it. He's played well here in the past. He was 25-1 yesterday on FanDuel. I wish I would have grabbed it because now he's 22. But we're going to be taking Aubert and hope that he is back from this illness he was suffering from. So we're going to take him outright. And then my third and final outright, 50-1. I don't know if that's the best number, but I think it is. Jason Day. Jason Day is another guy that's played very well here in the past. And Jason Day is someone a few weeks ago I made a note of. He is popping really high on a lot of my numbers just in terms of the entire field. I think he's played really, really well this year. He just hasn't put it together. It's only been, we're only a month into the season, but he looks primed to win a tournament soon. Based off of his numbers, like he looks really, really good right now. I think he's been trending in the right direction. And like I said, he's played very well here. He's won twice here in the past, which is always nice to see. So Jason Day is going to go on my outright list, and that's going to be our 3. We're on the same page. I love to hear it. Scotty Scheffler, Ludwig Aubert, Jason Day. Those are my 3 outrights. I'm going to parlay Scotty with something, maybe like UCL today. I'll have to look at the soccer maybe. Maybe we could do like AC Milan with Scotty. What would that pay? Plus 834. Yeah, that's something that I could get interested in, I think. And then Aubert and Jason Day, I'll just play on their own outright. And then for the parlay, I was looking, it's probably going to be Jason Day and Scotty. But the top 40 is a little rich for me. It was like minus 175. So how I broke it down was if we do Scotty top 20 parlayed with Jason Day top 30, it's minus 104 on DraftKings. So that's probably going to be the parlay for me this week. Went back to Tony at 40-1. Yeah, I think Tony is fine, especially at that number. He's kind of been playing well as well, but struggling. I feel like it's like one round will get him. But he'll play well for 3 of the 4 days, and then, one day kind of lets him down. But I don't mind that. What was the parlay? Scotty top 20, Jason Day top 30, minus 104 on DK. That's going to be my placement parlay for this week. So yeah, short and sweet list for me. Golf this week. Good tournament though. Excited to watch. I'll be on a plane on Sunday though to Vegas, so hopefully I can catch the end of it. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to see the back 9, I think. So hopefully we have someone in the mix and we can that would be nice, man. If we could hit an outright right as I land in Vegas, things could get a little scary. I was winning 21K last night. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a good night. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, we've been on fire. Towns was going crazy. Thomas Bryant, good value play. We had some of those other Toronto guys too. Towns was going nuclear last night though. All right, let's switch over. College basketball. We've been on absolute fire here. We're going to keep it moving. First play of the day for me, we're going St. John's minus 2.5. Don't care if they're on the road. Don't care if everyone wants to pick Villanova here at home on Twitter. I don't care. St. John's minus. Actually, you can get -2. St. John's -2. Yeah, Melissa, man, I'm really kicking myself because I made a mental note on Sunday that I wanted to play Bol Bol. And then as the week has gone on here, it's just kind of I was looking at stuff and then I was betting on Asar Thompson, some bets. I was like, I just kind of went 1 for 1. I should have went Bowl anyways, just to hedge that I had Asar Thompson betting. I was kind of kicking myself for that too. Unfortunate, but we move. Still a good night. But yeah, so St. John's -2. I love it. I'm just going to keep riding it. I love this team. I don't care that they can't shoot. I think they're going to shoot better as the season goes on. We still have another month, 3 weeks of the regular season. I still think there's some room for them to grow shooting. Not a lot, but a couple. They can shoot a little bit better than they have been. And they've been shooting as bad as any team in the country. So they can only go up. So St. John's -2, first play for me. I'm on a couple unders. Ole Miss, South Carolina. This is going to be a rock fight, I think. The total's already only at 138.5, which is pretty low. These type of games, these SEC games, can turn into those rock fight type games. South Carolina's winless in SEC play. I'm pretty sure they have a good chance to get a win tonight, I think, at home. Especially Ole Miss, I think, is definitely beatable in this spot for South Carolina. But I'm going to take the under 138.5, and you can get that at -104. And watch it. If it jumps up to 139, I'll just hit the under again. So I like the under 138.5 in South Carolina, Ole Miss. And then I also like Ole Miss under team total as well. I think they're going to struggle here. I think it's a good spot for South Carolina to potentially get their first win. But instead of betting on them, we're just going to fade Ole Miss a little bit. We're going to take the under and the team total under. And then my other play is Xavier on the money line. Best line is far and away on FanDuel. This is -150 everywhere, but on FanDuel you can get a -132. And actually, I took it at -132 before the stream. It's moved to -137. So we'll give out Xavier money line -137, but that's still better than everywhere else that's hanging these -150 ones and stuff. So Xavier money line against Providence, the last play. So what is that? 4 plays today that I like. There's some smaller schools that I'm interested in, but I'm probably not going to go overboard. I don't want to have 6 and 7 plays really on my card. But if you're looking to parlay, I like Cleveland State at home. They've been on fire. I like Bradley at home. St. Joe's is a little juicy, but I do like them. Maybe you could do some water the spread down maybe or something. But yeah, Cleveland State definitely sticks out. Bradley sticks out. Rutgers at home against Iowa. You could talk me into that as well. So there's some teams to parlay if you want, but I just really don't want to have 5, 6, 7 plays on my card. So we're sticking with the 4 I like the most. And we've been doing pretty well. So we'll just ride that while we can. Overall, quicker stream for me today. I've got some stuff I got to do here, some calls. I'll be on that sports card show Saturday night as well, so you guys get extra stream from me if you guys want to check that out. I don't know what time I'll be on yet, but it'll probably be pretty late on Saturday night. But if you guys are bored, you can tune into that. I will be live tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll recap today, and we'll talk. See if we get any NFL news or anything like that today. But yeah, have a good day, everybody. Hopefully we stack some more wins up tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.